Good evening. Welcome back to Titan Tuesday. We're at the Buffalo Wild Wings tonight. Coach Pat Cerrone is going to join us. A couple of seniors. We got the tennis coach as well. That's what we got over the next half hour for you here at BW3s along WOSH Radio as well. Well, Coach, we're back home again. First of all, it's nice to see you back in Oshkosh. It was a rather long trip to Alma College on Saturday for everybody.
I'm getting old, Bob. that bus trip used to be fun, but 8 hours over the horn there. It was.
You guys went a little differently. We went down through Chicago the day before. Actually, on Thursday, you guys went overnight through Chicago and got to close to Alma, and then played the game. Then you came up over the top, as you said, through the UP of Michigan. Was that a good idea? Did it turn out to be as good as you thought it would be?
There's not much to see at all.
I could have told you that.
We didn't hit a moose, like you said, though, so we're good to go.
Let's talk a little about the game. 70-9. The Titans come out in the ball game. They were on top 7-0. We had the Alma team show some life. They came back, tied the ball game 7-7. Eventually, we saw them take the lead on a safety on a forced snap from center, and then all of a sudden the lights go on and the Titans roll for the rest of the afternoon.
I talked to the team about that. We cannot go into the conference season, having a first quarter the way we did. So I'm hoping we learn from that. And what do you say? I mean, just a great team effort, special teams, offense, defense. Hopefully we're a good football team and we can take this in the conference.
70-9 is a pretty good indication you may be pretty good. Everybody got a chance to play, it looked like. We traveled with about 65, 67 kids, and by the end, the second and third teamers came in, had a little success against Alma College, which was good.
We talked about it at halftime, and if you remember in the Central game, we took Nate out right when we came back and scored. But I made it perfectly clear that wasn't going to happen. He was going to play at least 8 minutes of the third quarter, which he did. And then we got the twos in, and I'll tell you, it was a great effort by our twos because we moved the ball, we scored some touchdowns, and we shut them out even with our twos in. And they didn't go to their twos till about 4 minutes to go in the game. So it was nice to see our guys play and improve, and that's really what you're looking for, and stay healthy.
We looked at the first game, it was a big offensive effort. Looked at the second game, a big defensive effort. I said, what happens if they all come together? And we saw that Saturday in Alma. A tremendous day for the offense, 600-plus yards of total offense. Defense, again, very, very stingy. What was it, 125, 130 yards of total offense for the Scots?
It's 126, so
that was
pretty
right.
Good.
Yeah. When you come out of that ball game, first of all, you hope to be healthy. You're going into conference schedule. Let's start with just the healthiness of the team. Were you able to get out of the first few games without any major injuries?
100%. We are ready to rock. In fact, we'll get John Krzyzak back this week. He just practiced tonight. And just the focus of the team right now is just unbelievable. And we had a great practice. I told you last week we didn't practice well. And then that really was the cause of our slow start. And today was just phenomenal out there. Just a lot of fun. Great group of guys to be around. Very focused. Understand what we can accomplish, and if we stay together, it's going to be a great week and a great Saturday.
Let's talk a little about moving into conference then. When we hit the WIAC, they're also meaningful, number one. Number two, the competition's going to maybe move up a notch or two. WIAC teams, doesn't matter if you're playing a last place team or a first place team, they're all good. They're all definitely strong. And we try to get good conference games, or non-conference games, but when we move into the conference, it's a whole new thing for us. The talent level moves up accordingly.
Very much so. I believe every WIAC team is a top 40 team in the nation, so it's right back to work. River Falls is scrappy, very scrappy. Offensively, they got a freshman quarterback just throwing it all over the park, and it's going to be a lot different than what we've experienced in the first and third game. And then defensively, who knows what they do? They just fly around and blitz every play. So it's going to be a challenge. But on a Tuesday we worry about ourselves, and I tell you the truth. I mean, we had a great practice today, and that means a lot.
Head Coach Pat Cerrone along with us here from the Buffalo Wild Wings. It is a Titan Tuesday. We're talking about the game coming up on Saturday. It's another road game. We got a long one last week. Here's a 4.5-hour bus ride out there. It's a day where you play the game at 2 o'clock, so you'll travel out there that day. And I mean, being on a bus, even though you're getting older and I'm getting older, we all know that travel becomes a little bit of a factor in this type of thing.
There's no doubt. You leave at 6 in the morning, you play at 2, and then you're driving home, and everybody gets back at 11, 12 o'clock at night again. So it's that's the grind of the conference, and that's what they chose to do. They don't want you traveling and sleeping overnight and spending money. So this is about saving money. That's all it's about.
Those are the cards you're dealt. You have to deal with that. But you look at River Falls, they're a scrappy team, as you say, beating somebody like an Oshkosh who came into the preseason ranked number 2 in the conference. That makes their year. We've got to realize that from here on out, there's a target on the back of the Titans.
That's a great way to put it. We are the target, and that's why, I tell you all the time, we don't look at the polls, we don't look at the standings, we just focus on who we are. And, worry about us. Let's not worry about everybody else. Let's worry about us every day doing the right thing.
River Falls is a tough place to play. A lot of places around the conference are tough. I find that a tough place to play for a lot of teams. And
absolutely. I think, grass field. We're usually on turf, but, we practice on grass. Even though we play on turf, we practice on grass the majority of the time. 90% of the time we're on our grass fields practicing. So that's a big deal for us, that we can be able to be on the grass, and we're used to just putting the ball down and let's play.
Looking ahead to Saturday, plans for Saturday, have you got a game plan together? Are you guys pretty much going to go with what you've shown already in this non-conference portion of the schedule, or are there a few things we're still trying to implement?
No, we're doing exactly what, there's a plan throughout the season, and the plan's in place, and now it's a matter of just making sure we execute.
It was fantastic again on Saturday.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm a preseason All-American. He showed why again in the ball game on Saturday.
He's pretty good.
And when you needed it, you turned it on. As I said, they dropped back by a 9-7 score. I'm not going to ask you what happened on the bad snap from center, but at least he had the presence of mind to get it out of the back of the end zone, take the 2-point safety rather than try to do something and maybe resulting in 7 points against you.
Well, the veteran team, veteran quarterback, he did what he had to do, but, I wasn't very happy at all at 9-7, so no, they heard about it, but it doesn't matter what I say anymore. These guys, you'll talk to these seniors. Right there is Brandon with a smile on his face. They know. They play the game, John, Brandon. These are the guys that do it, and when you're standing on the sideline and they say they're not worried, you can get as mad as you want, but if they're not worried, it's their game.
Yeah. Cole Myra had a huge game on Saturday as well, and there seemed to be a couple of plays against the Scots that they could not defend. Cole Myra right up the middle time and time again, and then even the second and third teamers came back. I don't want to say anything about the score. It was one-sided, but they couldn't stop you. You were running the same play there most of the fourth quarter, and nobody on the Scots could get in front of it and bring you down.
Cole's got to have a big game, and he's got to have a big game next Saturday. We're going to run him big time, and I'd like to see him start busting some big runs. It's about that time. But the nice thing is we've limited his carries here in the first 3 games. We've had that opportunity, so we are truly healthy. Usually guys getting 30 carries a game in the preseason, and now you get the conference and they're all banged up. But I think he's ready to go.
Sounds good. Your wide receivers continue to be impressive as well. Caleb Voss did a nice job. We had a couple of drops.
Caleb's birthday yesterday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 21.
Oh, my goodness. Is he going to be ready to go on Saturday?
Corey Sigler, 21. See, they're all turning 21. So I wonder what he did last night.
Well, we didn't hear about it in the news this morning, so I hope it was no big deal for him. Tell me about the seniors brought along tonight. A couple of seniors, Brandon along with John. John's a local kid, isn't he?
John's a local kid out of
We'll adopt him, even though he's from Fond du Lac.
And then Brandon Peter out of Kewaskum. Both, again, 19 seniors, just 19 last year, 19 this year. Just great guys, and you're going to talk to them, and they're just good people. That's the main thing.
Can I ask you about last night? You're a Packer fan. You're a pro football fan like I am, and you look at a game like that and what happened. And Mike McCarthy's taken the high road. But you see something like that happen to you, and that can have an impact long-term on your team.
I said it 2 weeks ago when I seen all these professional guys yelling at the refs. That's not something we do. I don't do it. You got to respect the game, and I knew Roger Goodell was going to do something, and he sent a letter out about not complaining about the refs, and they look like a bunch of fools out there yelling at the refs all the time. It's not something they can control, so why worry about it? So the Packers didn't play very well. And
No.
I think Mike McCarthy taking the high road is probably a good thing because he's got a lot more problems than losing.
Yeah.
Because he might lose again if they don't stop getting sacked. So I mean,
Now they had 8 sacks in the first half alone.
It is what it is, but they got to get better as a team. So I don't think he's worried at all about the referees. He's got more problems than referees right now.
Will anybody from the WIAC got the call to go in and ref any of these games? I know they're trying to keep their identity secret, but do you know of anybody from locally gets a chance?
I'll be real honest with you, Bob. This is the last 2 years. Our refs have been outstanding, and these first 3 games, going to Alma. I mean, those guys were communicating with us all day, and the reffing in Division III football has become really good in my mind. And I kind of got criticized for grading them out high in the first 2 games, but they were really good. So
you actually have a chance to sit down and grade the officials?
We grade the officials. I don't know what half of it means. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how the signals are supposed to be, but I've really enjoyed the last 2 years. The setup that we have in our conference and how our ref games and the communication and just being able to talk to you as a human being and not making it about them.
Kind of remaining homecoming's coming up in a couple of weeks, but I want to touch on the fact that we do have the Titan Touchdown Club raffle. I know you guys have been very instrumental in getting out there, doing some things here in the community as far as selling tickets, but if you haven't had a chance to be approached by somebody, John Morelli's a guy who has tickets.
Yep.
There are a number of different people who have tickets, but this goes so far to help you guys out with what you do because there is limited funding available for the football
No
program.
doubt about it, and it helps all the sports. I mean, the gymnastics went up to the Packer game and sold 300 tickets the other day, and I know they're going to be up there Sunday again, not gymnastics, but I think ROTC is going to be up there selling tickets, which is awesome. You're going to see a bunch of cadets selling tickets for the Camaro, and it's helping everybody at the university that's involved, and that's all the athletic teams that chose to do it, and ROTC, and I've even had some community church groups approach me now about it. So
it's really neat how it's grown. We gave away a Harley the first year.
2 Harleys, yeah. 2 Harleys, 2 Camaros, and this is our 3rd Camaro. And
it's amazing.
People are really supporting the program, and I know when we did our Blitz night, the soccer teams were out, and the football team. People are just been awesome. And some people that don't buy tickets just donate $10. I mean, so
super.
It's going great.